Hi singers, this is Freya from Resonant Voice Online, and today I'm going to teach you how to belt and how to whistle tone and everything that you need to know to have your voice to be perfect, and that is not what I'm going to do today. But before you go, I am going to teach you how to sing, so stay tuned. Resonant Voice Online. Yes, today we are going to learn how to sing, but not in the way that you think. So I'm going to give you the essential steps that you need to make sure that your vocal journey is as smooth as possible. So let's talk about what we already know. Yes, your vocal journey may be unique and beautiful, but I do know some things about you already. Number 1, you can already sing. But then why are you here? I'm kidding. So you may not think that your voice is good, or it may need some working on, or whatever the case may be. I already know that you can sing. How I know this, that if you can vocalize and if you can talk, you can sing. You have been singing since you were a child, whether that was from crying or yelling out for your parents or simply mimicking sounds from animals. You have been vocalizing since you were so little, and that is really important to note. It is also important to note that we have particular industry standards, especially in Australia and America and in Europe. We have particular standards for the voice. So your voice needs to reach a certain level of skill, I guess, to be successful. However, this isn't necessarily the case. You'll find in other cultures that your voice is simply celebrated for what it is. You have nothing wrong with your voice, and altering it will lose you. So I think we need to take on a little bit of that mentality that your voice is already so beautiful, and that the industry standard isn't necessarily what makes voices good. You have a beautiful voice, you have a unique sound, and that is good enough. What you are doing here is that you are simply exploring some other options on how to make it possibly a little bit healthier, make you a bit stronger, whatever the case may be. But please know that your voice is beautiful and unique, just like your vocal journey. The second thing I know is that you are curious about the voice, which is why we are here at Resonant Voice Online. We want to make sure that we are providing as much as we can to you guys. So that is why you subscribed. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe. But that is why you are following our content, and that is why you are simply looking up Learn How to Sing, because you are so curious, whether that be because you want to make it healthier or because you think your voice is bad. Whatever the case may be, you are curious. So that's important to note when we're looking at your vocal journey. Now, the third thing is your voice is a part of your identity. So because of that, you may be a little bit nervous, because if someone says something, I guess, negative about your voice, then they're kind of saying something negative about you. This absolutely isn't the case, but you may feel like that. So that is why I'm about to give you all the steps you need to learn how to sing. So the first thing you need to do is, drum roll please, you need to explore your voice. Yes, you may think that you know everything about your voice because it's you, but you don't, I guarantee. So what I need you to do is explore your voice. Simply make sounds, make soft sounds, make loud sounds, make beautiful sounds, make ugly sounds. Whatever the sounds you want to make and whatever comes out of your larynx is you. That is your voice. So it's really important that we are exploring all the different angles of our voice so that we know what we can do with it. And from this, you are going to learn the biggest skill when it comes to singing, and that is feeling rather than hearing. What do you mean, Freya? Well, let me tell you. So when we sing, what we hear is not necessarily an exact replica of what we are actually singing. So what I mean by that is what you're hearing is not your voice. It's your brain converting your voice to be something different. It may only be slightly altered, or it could be massively altered. Whatever you think your voice is, it's not actually. That's why when we listen to ourselves on voice memos or on a video, we go, ugh, is that actually my voice? Because we're not used to the sound that's coming out. We aren't listening to our own voice. So we need to learn how to feel. And when we do that, we can understand what our body is telling us about our voice. So if we are singing something and it feels uncomfortable, or we're getting really tired from it, then that is our body telling us that that may necessarily not be a sound that we should make because it sounds ugly and we're not recognizing it, or it's just unsustainable. So that is why we need to make sure that we are so connected with our body while we are singing. Sure, singing comes from here, but in actuality, singing is a whole body experience. Yes, that may sound a little bit ugh, but it is, I promise you. So you've explored your voice. What are you going to do next? Thanks for asking. Now you are going to explore music in general. That may sound like a big task, but I'm not asking you to look at every single piece that's been written in the entirety of human life. I just want you to explore something that's outside what you normally listen to. So sure, you may have thousands of songs in your Spotify playlist, but I promise you that if you look at it, there may only be a few different genres. Now, if you normally listen to rap or pop, I want you to listen to opera. If you normally listen to country, I want you to listen to folk music. Whatever you normally listen to, look outside of that. And this is such an important skill for you to do because you're going to be able to find songs that you connect with and that you resonate with, which brings me to what you need to do next. Find songs that you love and sing them. Literally. I am giving you an excuse to sing songs that you love. Literally just say, Freya told me to do this, and people will understand. Singing songs that you love not only gets you to connect with your voice, but it also makes you kind of fall in love with singing and music in general. So sing songs that you love. Do it now. Great. So we've found things that we like to sing. We've connected with our voice. Now I want you to find resources. So this might be a bit of a tricky task because you may not know too much about singing. So how are you going to know what the right resources are? Well, let me tell you, there are so many resources out there that are so good for us, but there are also some resources that aren't necessarily accurate. So here are some skills to help you find the most accurate resources that are going to affect your voice. So the first thing I want you to look at is the author. Look at what their qualifications are, what their experience is, and also what their prior stuff is, their knowledge. So you may be watching a YouTube tutorial of someone who does singing as a hobby. And while this is so cool to watch, and while it is really encouraging to watch other singers do their thing, it may not necessarily be the right thing for you because they might not be as grounded in research as a more experienced singer. However, if you are reading something from a renowned voice researcher who has worked with people that have your voice type, then that might be the research that you need to stick to and look further into. Like I keep saying, your vocal journey is completely unique, so you need to find resources that apply specifically to you. As a general guide, and if you need some places to start, you can check out resonantvoiceonline.com, where we are sharing so many different things. You have your resources. You've experimented with your voice. What do you do now? Well, you need to find a voice mentor. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to have singing lessons every single week because this may not necessarily be something that you have access to. However, finding someone that you can connect with and that you can literally pick their brains for knowledge and you can troubleshoot so many different vocal strategies is a really powerful thing to include in your vocal journey. This can just be a friend who is also a singer or someone who you have a connection with that has a career in singing or something like that, just so that you can not only experiment your voice with them, but also have that connection so that when you are at your most vulnerable in your vocal journey, you have someone you can rely on. Having a reliable vocal mentor is the most important thing you can do for your vocal journey. So make sure you find someone that you trust who has the correct information and will have your best interest at heart. So you've experimented, you've found your resources, you found someone that you connect with and you can trust to use your voice with. Now, what is the very last step? Well, I'm pretty sure you can guess it. It is practice. That's right. You need to practice. Now, I know that you hear this every single day, no matter what you're doing, whether it's sport, whether it's an instrument, whether it's literally studying for something, you need to practice. And that's the same with singing. So even if you're not quite sure what your direction is, practicing, whether that's just trying a few scales, trying a warm-up, seeing how your voice goes with a particular song, that is still practicing. And practicing will help you not only build up your voice muscles, so the muscles that you need to sustainably sing, but also it will build up your confidence. And it also helps with you know that moment when someone's like, oh, what's your favorite song? Or, oh, can you sing me something? When you say, hey, I'm a singer, everyone's like, oh my gosh, can you sing me something? And then your mind goes, suddenly forgets every single song you have ever heard in your entire life. Yeah, it also helps with that as well. So practice, practice, practice. And that is all. That is all you need to do to become a singer and to learn how to sing. But I'm sure that's not what you were looking for. I'm sure you were looking for things that you can do right now to help you learn how to sing. And you know what? Even though I've given you some long-term things to do, I can definitely give you some advice that you can do right now. Yep, that's right. And these aren't particular vocal exercises or vocal techniques. These are just some really simple things that I need you to do for me right now. Right now. Have I said that enough? Right now. So the very first thing that I need you to do right now is subscribe. Follow our socials. Not only do we have YouTube, but we also have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can follow us at Resonant Voice Online. We also have our website, resonantvoiceonline.com, where you can find articles, blog posts, links to our videos. You can also find information about our online voice lessons. So not only can you learn how to sing with me, an expert voice teacher, but you can also do that in the comforts of your own home. You can find information about our weekly ensemble classes that are also casual and pay what you can. And there's just so much on that website, so I implore you to really look at that website, use that. That's what I need you to do right now. Number 2, after you have done that, I need you to schedule in 20 minutes. That's right, only 20 minutes where you are solely experimenting with your voice. So come on, grab out your Google Calendar or your physical calendar or your diary, whatever. I need you to schedule in today, tomorrow, or the next day, 20 minutes for you to vocalize, where you can make all those sounds we were talking about a few minutes ago. Great. You've done that? Fabulous. Alrighty. The next thing I need you to do is look in the description, and I need you to click on the first link. That will take you to a Spotify playlist that we have created to help you explore music. So what we've done, we have taken a whole bunch of different songs from different genres that we might think that you may like, and you can explore that playlist, listen through it, and once you've listened through that playlist, I want you to save the songs that you liked and also explore a little bit more outside of that playlist. I promise you that you will be able to find some new loves in music. Now, the fourth thing I need you to do is, again, go to the description box below, click on the second link where you'll be taken to resonantvoiceonline.com, and you'll be taken to a particular page that is all about setting goals. And at the very bottom of that page, we have a downloadable goals worksheet for you to do. When you have some time, save this goals worksheet, print it out, and use it. So not only are you going to be able to work on singing, but it's also such a good idea to make sure that you know exactly where you're heading and what goals you are wanting to achieve. And you can do this with our worksheet. You're welcome. And that is it. All of those steps that I have given you are what is going to help you with your vocal journey, whether you're starting at the very beginning, whether you are continuing on, whether you're a novice, whether you are a professional on Broadway, whatever you need, we are here for you. So once again, my name is Freya at Resonant Voice Online. I am so happy that you've joined me today, and I can't wait to see you in our next videos and online. But in the meantime, have a beautiful time with your vocal journey and those tips I gave you, and have a resonant day.